説明をしたい人はね。
Good evening, sir. Mr. Augustine Nayuba. Your hand is raised. I don't know why your hand is raised up. Is it a mistake or you have a question, sir? Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, good evening. How you doing?
I'm fine, ma'am. We only have 30 people here. A bit 2 people online.
Yeah, let's give them till 7. We'll
Okay, ma'am.
start exactly at 7.
Okay, ma'am.
I didn't know I was muted. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The coaching call today is strictly 30 minutes, and we're not going to wait for anyone. We're starting right away. So, how we, Abiola, were you able to access the later part of week 2?
I had to rush. I had to rush week 3. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. I had to
Good evening.
rush to be able to access week 2. So, but I've accessed it now. Had to rush week 3.
Okay, okay. You can always go back to it. Welcome everyone. Should I give them 3 more minutes to come on board? Okay, most people are joining. Let me just give it 2 minutes to see if they'll come on. Please mute your mic once you come on. Please mute your mic once you come on. All right, so can we use the chat box? How many people have done the assignments? Let me see. Oh, you pay for vacation for me now. How many people have done the assignment? Can you put it in the chat box if you've done the assignment? So you just use up your hand. Have you done the assignment? Still on it. Yes, for week 2. Okay. Okay, that's fine. So we're not actually discussing week 2. Please mute yourself once you come on. Easy Sunday, kindly mute yourself. So we're not discussing week 2. I think we've discussed week 2 on an extensive level via the coaching call last week and also the WhatsApp call over the weekend, and even I think 2 days ago, we still discussed on content as well as audience. Now, first thing I need you all to know is that as much as we're trying to give you as much information as possible, we know that is intensive, but you should always remember that that's not all to it. There's still more. That's really not all to it. There's still a whole lot more, and you're just basically scratching the surface. And I'll encourage you to read up. I will encourage you to use your Google very well. Go to Google and search for stuff you can find. Make YouTube your friend. There's so many free resources on these platforms. I'm not even saying you have to pay for anything right now. I'm saying maximize the free resources. Then when you go to, if you're in week 3, if you've gone through the lessons in week 3, you will see where I also made reference to materials that can help you learn more. If you're looking at making a mark on Facebook, Facebook has quite a number of courses. If you're looking at Instagram, it also does, and the rest of them. However, for most, when you want to work with most brands or you want to position yourself, it's usually very important to have kind of a bit of everything, kind of know a bit of everything, and it's very intensive. I've also encouraged in week 3, if you're doing this, some of you are here learning this for yourself so you can better position yourself. You don't intend to work for someone as a social media manager, but you want to get the basic digital skills. So basically you learned it for yourself to improve your skills and to help you manage your brand, which is absolutely fine. So you can do that at your pace. However, if you want to make money from this skill through other people, yes, if you use these skills to enhance your brand or your position on digital marketing space, you're definitely going to earn. You're definitely going to earn because it's going to position you better and it's going to attract money for you. Now, when we say earn or money, most times when you talk about earning in exchange for value, for some people, their own money is not paper money per se. It might be they being able to connect to who they want to connect to, or network with the people they want to network with, right? Now, if you want to actually use the skill to work for people, the skill is high in demand, and it's also from mid-income to high income. When I say mid-income to high income, you can start from earning as little as 20, but you can also earn as much as millions of naira from social media skills, digital marketing skills, right? It depends on the scope of work. It depends on the brand. It also depends on the roles and responsibilities, as well as your location. Now, in all of this you've learned, there's some people that they've actually just balanced and created a niche for themselves in places like Instagram, and they're earning millions from there. For some people, it's Facebook. For some people, it's LinkedIn. For some people, it's just in developing content, right? So you've learned so much, and I want to encourage you to actually maximize it. Start with what you can do, or identify the area that is your strength. And when you actually, this evening, we're going to be talking about some key things. We're going to be talking about niching, identifying your niche. We're going to be talking about pricing. Please ignore the noise. My son is interrupting me. And we're going to be talking about niching. We're going to be talking about pricing in a very few minutes. We're going to also talk about if you're starting your career as a social media manager, or if you're actually you decide to work in-house for someone, or if you actually, what you want to do next, learning from other experts or internship. Those are the things we're going to be covering this week. In week 4, you're going to be having access. I think I've already opened the lessons of the week. You're going to be having access to things like email marketing, website design using WordPress and Elementor, and and then setting up analytics on your website. And then you're also going to be taking your final assessment, and the final assessment is about 30 questions. 30 questions for the final assessment, which will actually accumulate everything with the assignments we've been giving you, the quiz you've been taking to form an aggregate, and those that have 80% and above are going to get a certificate. Please, from the beginning, we clearly stated the conditions for certificates. Attending coaching call is important, we said it. Attending weekly reviews on WhatsApp is important, and making yourself known is very important. Completing your course and doing your assignment is also very important. And not just completing it, but completing it at the right time. There was someone from the last cohort that wrote me today, and she was like, sorry, she wants to complete. I'm like, yes. After the course, you have access to the platform. Like, you guys will have access to the platform till the end of October. So you can always take the course. But I told her, I said, there's no certificate for you. You didn't meet the requirements for a certificate. But of course, you can take the course. Certificates, yes, it's not everything. The knowledge is more important. But if certificate is something that is an intent for you, then you have to satisfy the requirements for a certificate, right? Yeah, you have to satisfy the requirements for a certificate. So before I actually proceed on the key topics that I want us to talk about, does anybody have any question on the lessons of week 3 so far? I'll just take 3 people, and then of course you can always discuss the rest on WhatsApp. Does anybody have any question on everything that they've learned in week 3? Week 3 was more wordy, elevator pitch, and so many texts and all of that. So I hope you went through, because when you see your exam questions, you will know that if you didn't read in between the line, you're on your own. So does anybody have any question? Just raise up your hand, or you want to say something, question, contribution. Can you just raise up your hand, and I'll just ask you to unmute and share with us. Anyone at all? Are you saying it was clear? Leke, okay, yeah, Leke, go ahead, unmute and share. Leke, you can unmute. Okay, Jessica, I can see you. After Leke, I'll ask you to speak. Except Leke, except he's not here. Leke, can you unmute and speak? Can you hear me? Leke. Okay, Jessica, go ahead. I think Leke can hear me. Jessica, can you hear me? Yes, absolutely, it's fine. You can drop your questions on WhatsApp.
I can hear you.
Okay, you raised up your hand. You wanted to say something.
Yeah, in one of the, I think the second week or the third, I've forgotten now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
On the issue of WhatsApp business.
Okay,
the intro, the person that spoke first on the intro said, we can't use the same number for the WhatsApp business in our regular, but when we were about going into the real proper lecture, the person that spoke said we can use the same number or something. So I got confused. But I created with another number, but I wouldn't know, can we still use the same number, because I got it mixed up at that point.
Okay, so the person that gave the intro and the person that created the lessons are one and the same person. So when we say you can't use the same number on your WhatsApp business and your normal WhatsApp, we mean simultaneously. So for example, if I'm using this number and I've always been using it on my normal WhatsApp, and I decide that I want to use this number on my WhatsApp business, of course, I can move it to my WhatsApp business, but that means my normal WhatsApp will not exist on that number anymore.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes, I get it now. Thank you.
You're welcome. Jessica, I can't find your hand again. Okay, Blessing, you want to say something? Go ahead. Blessing or Ife. You can unmute and share what you want to share. Okay, Blessing can hear me. Mercy, I made you. Your hand is raised. You can share, right? Okay, no, your hand is not raised. Sorry, that was my mouse. Does anybody have any question or clarification again on week 3 or week 2 that you'd like to share so I can clarify you? The quiz you did in week 1 was very simple, trust me. The final assessment is in-depth that if you've not read in between the lines, it might be a challenge for you. So ask me any.
Sorry, I have a question again.
Okay.
On the week 3, there is no assignment for week 3.
Yeah, there's no assignment because you're carrying over week 2's assignment. So week 4 is going to have an assignment for week 3 and week 4, as well as the final assignment. So it's going to be like a mini project you're going to submit by mail.
Okay, lastly.
So I intentionally did not open the assignment because of week 2's assignment.
Okay, lastly, I hope I'm not asking too much. I want to confirm on this issue of raising little fund through your page. I don't know, maybe there is any other technique for it, or there is other thing apart from optimizing your page and getting it going on with your audience, and if it's through the marketing stuff, getting it on just that way.
I don't understand what you mean by
okay. That's apart from for example, if I'm on a Facebook page now,
yeah,
for audience, not for business. Is
okay.
it the number of followers that determines what comes in at the end of the day?
Okay, Facebook is not like YouTube. Now for YouTube, once you have up to 100 subscribers, you'll be able to monetize. So depending on the number of people that watch your videos and how long they spend on your channel, you will earn from YouTube. However, Facebook is slightly different. But Facebook has recently introduced a monetization path where if you're using your page to share content, for this, it has to somehow be linked to your website. It's actually above this lesson, but if it's above this course, it's not a basic course, but if you're sharing content as often as possible and you're driving engagement and users, yes, Facebook will pay you for that, just like what YouTube is doing. It's just that it's not, it doesn't necessarily have to be video. However, I also learned that most people that have just Nigerian accounts are not able to cash out on that. But outside Nigeria, yes, and I believe it's going to be open for Nigeria very soon. But yes, you can monetize on Facebook. So for now, what you can focus on is growing your page audience, making sure that your audience are organic enough, because if they're not organic enough, you won't get good engagement. So if your page audience are just kind of dragged or bought or know who they're supposed to be, you make so many posts, you have 10,000 followers and you just have barely less than 100 engagement or something, which doesn't make any sense. So you want to deliver valuable content. If you deliver valuable content, people are going to follow you. They're going to stay with you. They're going to engage, and then you keep growing. Now, the thing about this whole social media thing is, which we're actually going to be seeing in week 4, is the key of consistency. You have to be consistent. You have to be consistent. You have to be consistent. If you're not consistent, you might have a problem. So if you're not consistent, if you do this time and you leave, you come back, you're almost starting afresh again, except you don't care. So if you're doing 3 times a week, let it be 3 times a week. If you're doing once in a month, just be consistent. When I say be consistent, I'm not saying it has to be every, but be consistent.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other question or comment or clarification? Now, somebody asked about pricing. Once you're done with this course, there are different ways different people are going to proceed. Some people are going to proceed and use this information to grow their authority on the social media space. So for example, say I'm a pharmacist and I'm very passionate about weight loss. I begin to write about weight loss on my channel. And then with time, I release a product or a service for people to buy. I'm using the skill for myself. Some people are going to move out from here and get jobs with organizations or brands or entrepreneurs or SMEs that will pay them a monthly fee or a weekly fee or something as salary. I call that in-house role, as maybe their social media manager or content creator or content strategist or whatever it is the role is. However, there are still some people from here that are going to leave and do nothing. I'm very sure of that. That will do nothing. And there are also some people from here that will live here and start up their own social media agency. So when we talk about their own social media agency, they begin to get jobs for themselves, they give the amount, and they can work for more than one person. Most times when you're working in-house, you can't work for more than one person. It might be quite tedious because in-house can be demanding. Now, if you're working, if you get this role and then you're working in-house, the remuneration is relatively different depending on the industry, depending on the roles that you assign, and also your skill set. So you might get hired in-house and they're paying 50,000, some are paying 80,000, some are paying 150, some are paying 250, some are paying 500,000, and like that and above. So it just depends on a whole lot of factors for in-house. But in-house, you have to work on all the roles that you've actually been assigned to. And most times you have to come in every day. Even if you're working virtually, there has to be a way for you to report or show that you're actually present. Now, some people are actually going to be starting their own social media agency. I actually outline how to identify a name, register, and all of those things, and start individual courses. So if you're starting your own social media agency, it can be a little bit dicey. And I think that's why somebody asked a question in the WhatsApp group on how to price, how much. Now, the social media industry is not currently very regulated, such that if you go to a place where they sell electronics and they said this DVD is 10,000, everybody there is selling it 10,000, or nobody is selling beyond 11,000. It's not like that. Social media is dicey. Your skill set is very important. Also, your portfolio. Your portfolio is basically the work you have done. It's a document. It could be a document. It could be a put together. Why I say put together is because it could be pictures, an album, or a series of videos that actually shows the work that you have done over the course of time in relation to that skill. It's relatively different from your CV. Your portfolio is work, is a summary of what you have done. So it's more like what you have done, who you've done it for. So your life, August 2020, excellence advisory, content creation strategies, I delivered content. You even put images or samples of the content you've written or links to the blog where those content you have written were shared. Do you understand? In the social media industry, you're going to be asked for your portfolio before you ask for your CV. They're going to ask you for work you've done. And that's why I usually encourage students from here that once you're done, try to get a place for internship. Try to get a place to intern to build your portfolio. But before you even get a place to intern, start building your own. I asked you to make that post by yourself. I asked you to create the Facebook page for yourself because it starts from there. When you apply for a position or anything, the first thing they're doing is they're going to check you up and find out if you're not delivering on your page, if you're not putting good content, why should I hire you, right? If you're not driven by yourself, why should I bring you to my organization or to my body or whatever? How am I sure that you're going to give me what you don't have? So they're going to check you out. They're going to Google you to find out about you. So it's very important to start from yourself. Now, when it comes to internship, you might be paid, you might not be paid. And I beg you in the name of God, don't be so focused on the money that you lose out on the portfolio. Focus more on the offer. Find where you can build a robust portfolio. Give yourself 6 weeks to 3 months to build your portfolio. You can start from people around you. Tell them I can optimize your page for free, or let me handle your page for free for the next 1 month. Or it's cost 50,000 to handle a page, but I'm going to do it for you pro bono for the next 1 month. However, I won't post every day. I'll just manage it 3 times a week, and I'll give you analytics and tell you what to do better. Or you see someone, you say, okay, let me see your brand. Let me do an audit for you and tell you what you're doing right and what you're not doing right, and then show you how to get it right. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. Start from there. Start from there. And then whenever you do anything for those people, always record it. When you're recording it on your portfolio, don't record it that I did free job. Just record it that you did so job, right? That's the first thing. They'll ask you, show me the accounts you've managed, or show me the blogs, the articles you've written. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. So you're going to be asked. That's why I say technology is a leveler. And it's a leveler because it's more driven by your results than whatever it is you're saying or your CV. Nobody's interested in how many degrees you have. It's more of the results you have, or more of the results you have achieved. Now, after doing that, when it comes to pricing, there's no one rule fits all. And if you just put a bulk price on it, most times you run into trouble because they begin to price with peanuts and they begin to ask you, what are you using the money to do? If you want to be a good social media manager and you want to be well equipped, you're going to need things like Canva Pro for your design, which cost about, I think, $15 per month or something, maybe about 7,000 to 8,000 naira. You're going to need maybe if you're managing more than one account, you're going to need a management tool like Hootsuite or one of those management tools, and most of them about 20-something or $19 per month, depending on the one you're using. You're going to buy data. You want unlimited data. Let's say you budget 10,000 naira for data. So let's just say this simple one. So we're not talking of your time or your research or how you have to check, or maybe you're subscribing for Grammarly so you don't have to plagiarize people's stuff. So let's say, for example, you just have this basic ones, 10,000 naira data, Canva 8,000, this one 8,000 something, that's almost 10,000. So when you're telling somebody that you're actually charging 30,000, like 30,000 K, what is 30,000? That person does it for 15. You might not be able to defend what the person is saying. You might say, that's what I'm charging, which is not defensible enough because you're beginning to argue on the level of price. You're not arguing on the level of value, right? So I get that question a lot. When it comes to pricing, people ask me, how much should I price? I don't tell people how much to price. I always say, itemize your value. So if, for example, you hire me, let me give you a quick example. I don't want us to spend more than 30 minutes in this coaching. For anything spilled, we're going to WhatsApp. So let me give you an example. So you hire me and you say, I want you to manage my Facebook and Instagram account. I want you to post twice every day. I want amazing designs, very good designs, but you can use Canva. You don't have to use Photoshop. And then you have to do the content creation and you have to engage and respond to comments and DMs for me. And that's it. You don't have to run ads. Just remove ads. How much will it cost me? Now, the first thing I'm writing is Facebook. I'm doing Facebook, let's say Monday to Saturday, and Instagram 6 times a week, 6 days a week. If I'm posting twice a day, that's 12 posts. I tell you, for one design, let's say I normally do one design 3,000, but because I'm managing for a month, I will charge you 500 naira per design. So 500 naira per design for 12 designs per week is 6,000 naira. 6,000 naira per week for 4 weeks is 24,000 naira. I'm doing content. For each content, my content is very unique and very original to me. And so I'm going to charge you 300 naira per content. That's really very low if you don't know. Okay, 300 naira per content, 12 content, 3,600. For 4 weeks, that's about 14,400. 14,400 plus 24,000, that's like 38,000 naira. Okay, then you want me to engage. I'm going to sit on your page at least 1 hour every day, engaging with different people to get them to notice you and then get to follow us and all of that to grow your page organically. You have to sit down there no less than 1 to 3 hours per day. So each hour I spend on your page is going to cost 500 naira, or let's say 500 naira. And so for 30 days, that's 15,000 naira. I'm going to stand. Then I'm going to be prompt to respond to DMs. That means even if it's not within that hour, I'm sitting down to respond to your page, but I'm going to have it on. So in case somebody sends a DM, I'll quickly respond so there's no delay. And to do that, I'm just going to charge you 5,000 naira per month. Do you see, by the time you put all of this together and then you put all of just these basic things together, you can imagine that, let's say you're earning maybe 60,000 or something, or whatever, I don't know. You can do the math for yourself. But when you present that kind of document, that kind of invoice to your client, it's more reasonable. Even if they want to negotiate, they know, Ibrahim Yunusa, please mute your mic. They know where to negotiate from. They can say, oh, your design is good, but it's more expensive. You can say, okay, if you feel design is too expensive, you can outsource your design. I'll do the content and then give your design to somebody else. So pay me for just content. Oh, engagement is too expensive. Okay, outsource it. Or you can negotiate it further. It becomes easier. You begin to discuss value on the table, not just price. But if you just put price, management of social media, Facebook and Instagram per month, 50,000. This one, 100,000. They will just think, see how she's calling the money. What somebody even said, one of my students said, can you imagine? She was asking me that, what do I need the money for? What am I using 50,000 naira to do? I'm like, don't you know I actually pay for stuff? I even have to pay for copywriting tools to actually get good content, and all of those things. But don't they understand? I said, no, they don't understand that. They don't know that. So that's with pricing. I don't know, Mariam, I don't know who asked that question. You forwarded it to me, but I hope that has giving you the clarity you need. There's no one fixed price. And I think this is actually going to help with other aspects of business. Most Nigerians, they run their business like hobby. I used to be like that before. So for example, let's say I sell this tripod stand, and then I go to buy 5,000 naira, and I come back and I tell people I'm selling 6,000 naira, and I'm happy that I go 1,000 naira again. What I didn't factor in is what of the transport I used to go to buy it? How much did I spend on transport? How much did the time I went to buy it, how much is that time? Before I put it online for people to buy, the marketing, I posted it online, I bought my data, I snapped it with my phone. When you continue to take pictures on your phone, it begins to depreciate. I snap it with my phone, and then I put it online with my data, or I created a video with it, and then I posted it and whatever. You don't have to run paid ads. Those things are little amounts of money that you're letting go. And that's why you find at the point that you're making money, but you're not seeing the money. You say, but I'm making profit, but I'm not seeing the money. You're not doing your maths well. Sorry, this is not an accounting or business accounting class, but it's important you know this, because I see many people run into trouble with this. And if you just start and you don't understand how to price well, once you start to take price, it might be difficult to now go and change your price. Most times you lose all your clients because they'll feel you're being unreasonable, you're being greedy or whatever. So it's good you have a good start from the beginning, and then you can always, if you want to give a discount, you let them know this thing is worth this amount, but I'm giving you so discount. Let them know so they don't feel entitled. And then when you're beginning to explain later, it becomes a problem. My internet is unstable, but I hope we get through to this. So that's on pricing. Then on niching, when you're choosing your niche, this is the final aspect. When you're choosing your niche, please choose a good niche. Choose a niche that is closer to you. For example, somebody like me, we do online media management in Excellence Advisory, but I do not manage fashion brands. I do not manage fashion brands. I'm not a fashionista. I'm not a fashionista. I'm not interested in being a fashionista either. Right? So I do not manage fashion brands because I can't think for you. I don't know whether some people think because I don't step out quite often. I'm a tech person, I'm back end. So I don't know what color we go. I'm not that person that wants to come and start brainstorming on, oh, you can blend this and this, which are the ideas for you to create content. So I don't manage fashion brands, right? It's not my strength. So in identifying your niche, the niche you want to work for, you can't work for everybody. You almost collapse. Because say, for example, you're working for a fashion brand, an agricultural brand, a real estate brand, and you're creating content for it every week. Your head will almost bust. Because at the point you be confused and you begin to dish out dumps. You begin to give out irrelevant information, or you begin to give out what they call it. You begin to give out nonsense content, just bland content, because your creativity will actually drop. Yes, you absolutely drop because you're not able to think clearly anymore. So you should be careful when you're you should be careful when you're choosing your niche. Your niche should be something that resonates with you, and they should be somehow similar. They should be somehow similar from the beginning. If you want to work with non-profits, you say it. If you want to work with personal brands, be clear. When I started my social media stuff, I was working more with, I have a background in biomedical science. I also did a bit of pharmacy, for 3 years before I crossed to biomedical science. I've worked in hospitals, I've done outreaches. And so when I was crossing to social media management, I was working then at a clinic. So the first set of people that I worked with that actually gave I got very good results were hospitals. I was working in hospitals. I was working myself in hospitals because I'm in the medical field, for God's sake. Everything medicine, I kind of understand. I know how to relate. And because I'm also out there, I was able to blend how to connect the people out there with their medical work. It was easy for me to market. Do you understand? So it was easy for me to market. I might not be very good at marketing educational stuff because I'm not an educational school children person, and all of that. And then I found that I was also very good with personal brands. That's when you want to rebrand yourself personally. So I do a lot of that. So we start from your website to your social media, to your positioning, to your portfolio, everything. Like I basically rebrand. That's a strength because I'm very good at reinventing myself. I can just wake up and change myself like this. Yeah. You see, I'm in this gold hair. Tomorrow you can see me, I will just turn to another thing like that. I know how to reinvent when it comes to personal branding. So that's my strength. And so it's easier to work with people like that. And your creative juice is on top notch. Sorry, I'll read the comments once I'm done with this. So choose a niche that is related to your strength. What you will do very well there. And once you're working with people, always ask for reviews, always ask for feedback. And you might be very tempted to go for the money. You're the one you cannot sleep, you cannot, you're frustrated. Look at the offer beyond the money. Once you look at the offer, you will think, if I go for food now, I like food. Will people pay me? It's not true. They will pay you. They're there. People want results. And if you're able to give them results of value, they will pay you. They will pay you. Trust me. So that's it about niching. Those are the 2 key things I wanted to share with you tonight and then take your questions. So if you have questions, quickly drop it. We have just 4 minutes and we are here. Adana, do you have a question? Okay, I can see your hand raised. Adana, you have a question. Unmute and ask. The social media management tools on week 3 is not clear. Okay, I'm going to discuss that in the coaching call in the WhatsApp group meeting tomorrow, Tola.
I don't really have a sorry. I was trying to say that I had a little bit of difficulty today getting into the app, the GrowCan app, because I wanted to continue with my week 3 classes since the week 2 is still not up. But I was struggling. Like it kept loading and loading and loading and loading.
Sorry, that should be actually a surge. I'm so sorry. Please try again. Maybe network at the surge. Try again and then let me know.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Yeah. NDBC, what data bundle? Abiola, thank you very much. NDBC, what data bundle is ideal for you? It depends on your location. It depends on your location. I use Entel, I use Airtel, and I use MTN. I don't know, but my unlimited data is on Entel. So it depends on your location, whatever works for you there. Find out what network is good for you there and then subscribe for the data plan that works for you. Please, what do you think about freelancing websites, like Fiverr? I think it's really good. We have a course on that, a mini course on how to earn in dollars from Nigeria, some key things you should know. We will share the link with you so you can watch the video. The video is free. I think that will give you a better perspective. I think Fiverr is really good, but there are some freaks and tweaks to it to actually win there. Not you might position yourself and you won't get a client. So we'll put together something that can help. Could be niches that can help aside real estate and agriculture. Personal brands, your self-discovery and personality development coach. Personal brands, areas like mental, there are so many coaches these days. You can manage accounts for coaches. There are so many, there are many coaches. There are very sales coach, personal coach, whatever. There are many. I think those are 2 niches. And real estate and agriculture are actually perfect anyway. What tools are available for branding using same colors and fonts for brands and for avoiding plagiarism? Tools for branding, of course, I don't know, it depends on your design skill, Photoshop, InDesign, even Canva. With Canva, if you put in your logo, it picks the color that your logo has and tells you, even gives you the exact hex number. So you're good to go. For plagiarism, Grammarly, there's Grammarly, and there are quite a number of other ones. The Grammarly is more popular. Hassan, thank you. So any other question? Leke, I have a question. Please shoot, go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, what I want to ask in terms of managing pages for social media pages, what of if the person is already having a page before, can it be optimized and managed? That's one thing.
Absolutely. Yes, when we're teaching initially in week 1, I told you guys that if you already have a page, you don't have to create a new one, just optimize it and you're good to go.
Okay, another thing I want to ask is, who is going to have the access? Is it the owner of the person we are managing? Is the person also going to have access to the page in terms of the password and the rest, logging in?
A page does not need a password. You created a page from your account. So when you create the page, if you're the one that created the page, or if you're the one that eventually creates or created or whatever, if you create the page, make sure you make the owner of the page an admin as well. Or you have a page does not need a password to log in now. So once the person is an admin, the person will see it on her profile.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Oluwafemi, you have a question, please shoot.
Hello, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, all right. I registered for this course before because I'm actually managing a social media account for a client.
Okay.
My question specifically is that I've been trying to grow the numbers. I have tried hashtags and constant uploading of posts. Hello?
I can hear you.
Yes, and it's an Instagram account. How else can one grow the numbers? That's organically. That's my question, really.
Okay, so for Instagram, Instagram works in such a way that they want you to be on the platform. From Facebook, you can actually run an ad to grow your page likes, and the page likes or page followers will actually be organic. Like they will see your content and decide to like or follow you. For Instagram, you have to engage. There are two primary ways to grow on Instagram. Either use an influencer and they direct people to your page, or you grow or you engage. When I say engage, it's not just some people, they just go to Instagram and post and go. I do it too, because me, I don't even care. Sometimes if you send me a message on my personal page on Instagram, not on or on the business pages, I have people that manage. My personal page, it might take time for me to respond because I'm not usually there. I'm not a social butterfly per se. Right? Because I'm not also interested. I don't even look at the numbers there. But if you want to grow, you have to engage with other people, with other people's posts, engage constructively. They will see you. When they see you, they will follow you. That's the surest way. If you buy followers, you're in trouble. And you might want to increase your timing of posting, number one. Number two, you also want to give out valuable content. Because when you give a striking comment on someone's post, the person wants to follow you to see if you do valuable things on your page or you post valuable things. And if you do, they'll follow you immediately. So once you're releasing the valuable content, if you now run an ad on Instagram or you boost a particular valuable post and you direct them to your Instagram profile, they will likely follow you. Do you understand? So you have to consistently deliver content. When I say consistently, like I've explained, it doesn't have to be every day, but be consistent. And engagement is key. Engage with people who also have similar target audience like you. Engage with them. That's Instagram business. In Facebook, but I can get about 1,000 or more organic likes in a day, but you can't do that, or it's not that simple on Instagram. It's not that simple.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. They want you to do the work. They want you to do the work. So it's just what it is. They want people to spend time there. So it's how it is. Abiola, ask your question.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, good evening. I have 3 questions actually. The first one, how can you schedule post on LinkedIn, or you cannot schedule post on LinkedIn?
No, you can't schedule posts on LinkedIn for now. Mm.
The second question is, how do I join groups on LinkedIn with the page and not my personal page?
That's a little bit tricky. I'm trying to think if there's a one-way shot to it. Is that possible? I'm not too sure, but I'll check and get back to you. I'm not too sure you can join a group with a page. I know you can join a group by yourself. And then, of course, when you begin to engage, you can indirectly direct them to your page. But I'll check if you can join as a page. And as a page, you can create a group by yourself. But I really don't think you can join with a page, but I will confirm and let you know.
Okay. Then the third question is because I'm managing a page now for someone, and then when I linked it, I'm an admin on the person's Facebook page, so I'm linked. So when I post, it goes directly there. But when I wanted to link my own private page, then it was not telling me I can't link it. So I don't understand. Is it that I can only link one page like that, or it has to be linked through Facebook? Is it Facebook Creation Studio, or it's only one page that can be linked at a time?
Only one Instagram account can be linked to one Facebook page at a time. That's number one. Number two, is best to link your Instagram to your Facebook from Facebook. It's easier that way. If you link from Instagram, you might be getting some funny error messages, but from Facebook, it usually goes through. So when you go to Facebook, you go to the settings. Under the settings, you see Instagram. So you also see WhatsApp. So you can now link your Facebook to your Instagram. You just log into your Instagram and it links. It's easier that way than from Instagram.
Okay, so that means it's best to just schedule with the Facebook than linking all the time.
Yes, once you link your Facebook to your Instagram and you go to your business suite or your creator studio, you can always schedule your post and it goes. I love to schedule. I don't know how people want to always post all the time, because the internet, for example, 2 days ago, the internet here was terrible for all my lines that we could not do anything, like nothing at all. It was very frustrating. Now, if you're working with a client, actually, if you decide to work with international clients, you can't give that kind of excuse. You can't give them that kind of excuse. So that's why it's important to schedule ahead. I always tell even the interns, we have interns that work with us at Excellence Advisory, you always submit your content a week ahead, and then we go through it, you do your creative, and I encourage them to schedule so you don't give excuses. You don't give excuses. Before I take you, Abubakar,
So
it's asking, okay, Abiola, do you want to say something?
Okay, yes, okay, no worry, it's fine. Thank you.
Okay, Yemi Oluwumi, is posting different from creating ad? We answered that in the Facebook ad course. Please go and watch it. It's even part of your exam question. In fact, I always ask it in every course. So you better go and read there. How can I direct people to view my post on Instagram? Ibrahim, you copied the URL of the post. Mariam, please, after this meeting, send it on WhatsApp. I copy the URL of a particular post, not the whole account, and share to people. Please do that. Just do a screenshot and share it. Ibrahim, Mariam will do that, so you see how to do it. It's very simple. So you can just share it with the people you want to like your post or engage, the one engage. Okay, Abubakar, your question. Abubakar Ibrahim. Did you raise your hand accidentally or is it intentionally? He's not answering. So do we have any other questions before we call it tonight? Okay, yeah, Abubakar, go ahead.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, I'm very glad. Actually, this is my first joining in this Zoom. I didn't join for the previous. I think this is the third one.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm very glad I've joined. I've learned a lot from your teachings and everything. Actually, I didn't think I have a question for today. I just want to wait you and say hi and extend my greetings to everybody, more especially you, Excellent. Thank you so much for your concerns and everything you did to us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Is it Sunday? Is it? Please, can I edit my name on Facebook? Yes, you can. Absolutely. You can edit your name, your email, and every other thing. Yes, you can. Just go to your settings, general, and then you'll be able to edit your name. Okay. So tomorrow, the WhatsApp call, we're going to be discussing social media tools. So many of them exist. There are a few of them on the platform, and there are still some I'm going to be bringing up tomorrow. You don't want to miss it. It's still 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Don't worry, we are almost rounding up. We have one more week, one more coaching call, one more WhatsApp call, one more week, and then we're done. And I have gifts for 2 people that actually did an assignment of content, and yes, we're going to give them that gift. The assignment has a gift coming, and we are also going to be helping those that are outstanding in the examinations, in the final assessments. We're going to be helping them with some internship placement, kind of maybe paid or unpaid, I don't know, but we're going to be helping them get that placement. And then there's a very specific or important assignment you're going to be doing in week 4, which covers week 3 and week 4. That's why you need to pay attention to what you're learning in week 3, things like how to create your resume, your CV, your elevator pitch, and all of that, because we're going to be using it. We actually help recruit digital talents for SMEs globally. So it's going to be very important that you sell yourself properly. We want you to be well positioned. It's one thing to have the skill. You know, I tell people, they'll ask me, what tech skill should I learn? I want to learn this, I want to learn that. And I always tell them, if I look at your strength, I'm able to tell you, okay, no, do data science, do digital marketing, do UI, UX, do web development. There are so many. We're going to be discussing it in the last coaching call next week anyway. But I always tell them, in all you're getting, in all your skill learning, learn how to sell. If you cannot sell yourself or sell that skill, is a waste. Though. There are web developers that are sitting on millions and billions, and there are some that are as broke anything. It's not about the skill, it's about knowing how to sell and sell yourself well. A book says, sell or be sold. Right? So you need to be able to position yourself well. I need to be able to communicate who you are. So your elevator pitch is basically saying, this is who I am, this is what I do, and this is how I can help you. Right? And we want you to be well equipped to do that. So I'm not expecting all of you here to go into digital marketing. No, some of you might use it for your business, for your work, for your career, for your interest. Maybe some of you have been doing podcasts. You now want to get more audience or something. This is a skill you can use. You can use it for so many things. So I don't expect you to become a digital marketer for other people, right? But whichever way, whatever it is you're doing, I need you to win. I need you to win, and that's the goal. So, are you still making the design course available? Or what design course, please? Which of the design courses? Let me know which of the design courses. Please, ma'am, can you say more on how to schedule a post? In week 3, under social media management tools, the last course there is on how to schedule a post on Facebook. Go and watch it, Ibrahim, please. We have a graphic design course that covers Photoshop. If you want to learn how to do graphic design using Photoshop and CorelDRAW, by Graphics ABC. The course is 50,000 naira, but he's actually giving the Techie Train community at a discounted rate of 20,000. We'll just put it among your resources. If you're interested, just let us know. I will give you access. The name is Graphics Like ABC, and it is actually graphics like ABC. Like, it is very, very simplified. It is very simplified, and it's very good. So you're looking at learning graphic design, Photoshop, and CorelDRAW. That's a good course for you. So you can actually reach out to Mariam if you need it ahead of now. But we're actually going to put it in your final resource. You can actually get it from him. But we actually put a Canva course already in week 2 or something. Femi, I hope you saw that. We put a Canva course. Canva is good enough to just social media management. But if you want to up your game and you want to earn more, graphic design is a very fantastic skill you might want to amass. Graphic design or video marketing, or even both, it's a very good skill you want to amass. At the start, you made mention of showing how to get a business verified on Google. Yes, I did that, and didn't I put the link there? I think I did on Google My Business. If I didn't, please let me know on the WhatsApp group and we'll send you the link to Bambara. She's the one that their Google reps here in West Africa, and they'll verify for you within a week, and it's absolutely free. It's absolutely free. So all you need is a proof that you actually own the brand and the business. You submit, fill the form, and they'll get it. They'll get you verified. Okay, other resource. Yes, we'll share that resource. We'll share it in the group tonight for the graphic design. So yes, if you want to take advantage, we've partnered with quite a number of third-party individuals and brands that are giving discounted rates for different trainings that can help you. And even if you want to go further in some trainings, and we're going to be sharing those resources with you. And I'm going to be talking about going further. Maybe you want to go deeper in other tech skills. You don't want to mix before coaching call. And before coaching call, I'm going to make it open to everyone. So if you're thinking of transitioning into tech or getting into tech, we're going to be exploring some of these different key areas, whether new roles or established roles that you're going to be making so much money. And I'm going to be explaining a bit on how to get started and winning with them. Next, for the final, that's the last coaching call, yes. At the start, okay. Please, what's the place of cinematography in social media management? See, whatever skill you're learning, whatever skill you have to sell online now. Social media management is basically helping you to position yourself online, managing your social media, selling online. So if you're doing something, I know of a cinematographer that I met him, I think, in a boat ride, and I was confused why he complained he was broke. I'm like, how? Do you know that ordinary pitch videos, many businesses now applying for grants here and there, and when you want to do pitch videos, they will charge you no less than 35 to 50,000 or even more. 1 minute pitch video. 1 minute pitch video. I do video editing. I know how much you charge. And I'm like, imagine you just position yourself for just SMEs, or you decide to do videos for product-based businesses, people in fashion and all of those things. Do you know how much you will make? And you're doing quality work. Hey God, you know how to edit video and you're telling me you're broke. I could not even comprehend it. Now I realized that number one, he wasn't on any social media, he didn't care. So you're putting WhatsApp and you're only the people in your circle, they don't need your service and they might not even remember you, and you post whenever he likes. Then there's no way you can go far like that. And I had to encourage him, and I'm excited he's doing very well now. No, you said that Google reply never comes, but there's a workaround. Okay, yes, that means I didn't put the link to Bambara. Okay, I'll put it there. There's a link for you to verify. Yes, Google reply never actually comes. Okay, the Google, I'll do that. I'll put it in for you. I'm sorry about that. I'll put that for you. So you can, whatever skill, if there's nothing you took from tonight, take this thing. No matter, see, you can have the most fantastic skill. You can be the best in anything. Like have first class, you cannot sell yourself. Even when you're applying for scholarship, you're selling yourself. Be the best cinematographer, be the best graphic designer. If you cannot sell yourself, God might send somebody to you, maybe your wife or your friend, that will come and push you and push your market. But there's only so far you can go. You need to learn how to sell yourself. You need to learn how to sell. Sell or Be Sold is a good book. It's a book. You can get it. It can help you change your mind, maybe to help you to sell. But you need to know how to sell. And I'll check and have a few books and share resources that might help you to ginger you. There's no shy in everything. Don't be shy or doing I'm shy. Be shy. Who is shy? Help. Just position yourself, know your boundaries. You can decide, I don't want to share about my family or my personal life, but I'm going to sell. No matter how much you think you know me, you might not know me because I'm just there. You can decide to also be faceless. You can decide to be nameless, but you're consistently promoting a cause. Selling is not optional. It's compulsory for everyone. Please, the Facebook ad calculator was not added, please. Are you sure? Mariam, please can you take note of these things that you're saying so that I will just work on it. I'll do that. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. We'll fix it. We have it. So we even did 1 hour. Oh my God. I hope you had value for your time. I hope you guys had value for your time. And then when we give you our link to leave us a review, I hope you will gladly leave us a review. We really appreciate it. Just an honest review. The review is going to help us be better. The reviews we had from the previous set, we used them to rework on the next Tech Up Girls initiative we have, and it's just a game changer. It takes a lot of time to rework on most of these things, but we don't mind. We just want you to get value. So you giving us an honest feedback will help us, and it will also encourage us to do more. It will help us. Oh, you're trying. You're being there, or do this way. For guys, these are the things we like to learn. These are the things we like to hear. These are the kind of things we want you to add. These are the ways we think this will make it better. Or instead of 7 p.m., why don't we have it 5 p.m.? Why don't we have reviews 3 times a week instead of every day? Share your honest feedback. We really appreciate it. Is week 2 assignments still going to be assessed? Absolutely. In capital letters, it's going to be assessed. It is going to be assessed, but we gave an extension till Sunday. So we assess it between Monday and Wednesday next week because some people could not access week 2. I think I also asked Mariam to post the assignment in the group. The assignment is something you can actually do even with week 1 and the lessons you've watched in week 2 already. It's something very easy to work with. So thank you, everyone, and have an amazing evening. I love you, and I'm rooting for you, and I know that you're going to do exceptionally well. Whatever it is that I've been giving to you, transform it, wield it, apply it to yourself, and go conquer the world. Bye. Good night, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good night, everyone. Good night.
Well, thank you. Bye.
Good night, guys. That's hello, Sonu. Good night, guys.
Have a good night rest.
Good
Bye.
night. Good night. Jimo, good night. Jessica, good night. Jessica, good night.
Good night.
Good night. Have the sweetest dream. Jessica.
Nice one. Good night.
Jessica.
Take care. Have fun now.
I'm fine. How you doing?
Bye. Go and sleep.
Thank you. Good night. Have the sweetest dream.
Bye-bye.
Jessica.